My son recently asked me a question which really struck me. Why do so many people start gardening when they get older or when they retire? When I was my son's age, I saw my father tending to my sisters and my brother's garden, but at the time, I also thought it was just a hobby for him and to pass the time. It wasn't until this question was asked and I started to give it some more thought. And eventually I started to understand that the garden meant so much more to my father than I actually thought.
Hello, and thanks for joining me today. I'm really looking forward to showing you around the garden and also sharing a bit of the story behind why it means so much to me today. When I was the same age as my son, I also never understood why my father spent so much time tending to my sisters and my brother's garden, especially after my mother's memory began to slip away due to Alzheimer's. It was only recently that I understand that it wasn't just a hobby for him. During some of the hardest years of his life, when my mother got sick, he found quiet and comfort in tending to the garden. It became more than a space to grow things. It became a space to feel, to process, to find a little peace. While my mother's memory was fading, the garden stayed constant. The flowers bloomed, the seasons changed, but the rhythm of it never stopped. For my father, the garden was his quiet rebellion against time, against aging, against loss. It was where he could be present, where he could still make something grow, even when everything else seemed out of his control. I see now that it wasn't just about gardening, it was about life itself. Now I realize it wasn't about what was growing in the ground, it was about what was growing inside him. Hope, patience, a way to keep going, even when it felt like everything was slipping away. My father wasn't a loud man. He didn't talk much about how he felt. But out in the garden, with his hands in the soil, he said everything he needed to say. I wish I had understood all this back then. I wish I had asked him more, listened longer, paid closer attention. But I didn't understand that what he was planting was not just flowers. It was love. It was survival. My sister lived next door to me. I used to watch him gardening in brief moments of going through my very hectic life, thinking it was just a hobby, something to fill his time. I wish so much I had gone out there to join him, to ask what he was planting, to learn what the garden meant to him. Now, when I walk through my own garden, I finally understand. I see what he saw. I see more than just plants. I see love. Now I understand that gardening teaches us how to be still, how to be patient, how to care and how to keep growing, even when life feels so fragile. Today I carry his love for the garden in my own hands. In my garden I feel him here, not just in the plants, but in the peace I find in caring for them. I understand that gardening was his solace, and now it has become mine. A lot of young people laugh at gardening. They see it as a slow, boring, something old people do when there is nothing left to chase. They don't see the magic in planting something and watch it grow. They don't feel the peace that comes when your hands are in the soil and your mind finally goes quiet. However, statistics show that after COVID, the world found itself yearning for new ways to reconnect with nature and slow down the frantic pace of modern life. People wanted to understand, wanted to feel love and hope, and one surprising trend took root: gardening. Many young people have continued this trend years later. So, if you've never tried gardening, or if you've only seen it as an old people's hobby, maybe give it another look. You might be surprised what you grow, not just in the ground, but in yourself. Thank you so much for watching and staying with me till the end. If this video has touched you, take a moment to think about the quiet passions your loved ones may hold. Sometimes those small acts are where the deepest emotions lie. Don't let it be too late to realize. Ask questions, share the silence, and be present for them. Hope you enjoyed today's video and the garden tour. Feel free to share your own comments below. And if you're interested in seeing more content like this, please remember to hit the subscribe button. I will see you all on my next video. Bye bye.